Hello YouTube, I hope you're doing well. Today we're on code.org. We're in Unit 5, Lesson 3, Part 5. It says this app should let the user scroll through their classes, but the left button isn't working. It asks us to read the starter code. It then says add the code to the left button so the user can scroll back to the left after scrolling to the right. As I look through this code, in the very beginning I can see two variables being created. The first one is our index and it sets it to 0. Then I see a variable called classes and it stores the classes that this student has. We see here that the on event for the left button click is not filled in. And then we have the right button here, which contains an if statement. It has the function call as well. And then we have that actual function here where we're setting text to the app itself. You're going to be tempted to just copy the information here for the right button, the if and the update call, but that's going to cause you problems, and I'll go ahead and show that to you. If I copy this using Control-C on my keyboard and then pasting it on line 8 using Control-V, right here what it's doing is it's checking to see is our index less than the length of the list minus 1. Remember that in computer science we count starting at 0, so it's going to look for that last indexed entry. If that criteria is met, it's going to go ahead and add 1 to the index. We need to make this minus. Instead of adding to it, we need to subtract 1. But this is going to cause us problems. We're going to run the app. If I go right, no problem. If I go left twice, it's going to cause an error. And this is because it's looking at our list and it's going past that last index entry and it's throwing the error. So we're not able to use this exact coding. Let me go ahead and reset the app. Instead of the if statement that we have here, what we want to do is check our index, but we need to make sure that that number is greater than 0. So if we go to the control section and we drag in our if, the condition is the index greater than 0? And that'll prohibit going through the index past the first index entry, which is at 0. Well, what do we want it to do if that is the case? Well, we need to update our variable. So if we go to variables and we drag in this one, assign a variable, we want to do index, and we're going to do index minus 1. And that should satisfy what we need here. The last thing that we need to do is do our function call for update screen. So if we go to the function section and we drag this in, you do want to make sure that you label that correctly. What I'm going to do is just select the function name down here. I'm going to hit Control-C on my keyboard to copy that. And then in this section, I'm going to hit Control-V on my keyboard to paste that name. And that just prohibits me from mistyping. If I miss that, it's going to not run correctly. All right, let's go ahead and test the app to make sure it works. Nothing happens when I click left. It stays at period 1. That's good. The app seems to be running. If you had any issues with the logic of this, I would encourage you to reset the app. Go ahead and redo the code until you feel comfortable with this activity. And when you're done, make sure you hit finish.